Cannabis consumption lounges. Do they have a potential future here in Canada? Well, let's find out. Hi there, and welcome to another episode of Editor's Notes with me, Cy Williams. In this episode, we will be looking into the possibility that we may see cannabis consumption lounges return to Canada. We also look at recent developments in my own province of British Columbia regarding the potential of opening cannabis consumption establishments here. We missed them. There's still a few out there, but we need to make this a reality. Now, British Columbia, for those who don't know, is a province in Canada and one of the most cannabis-friendly of all the provinces. BC Bud is world-renowned, and some of Canada's best growers call this province home. And BC has finally started exploring the idea of allowing cannabis consumption lounges in this province. It's about time, but I don't think it will be a speedy process by any stretch of the imagination. These lounges would be designated spaces where adults can legally consume cannabis products, similar to how bars function for alcohol consumption. Now, in order for them to gather public opinion and insight on this topic, British Columbia conducted a consultation process called What We Heard and released a report in January 2024. This report aimed to understand the community's thoughts on the feasibility, the benefits, and the challenges of cannabis consumption lounges. The consultation process involved various stakeholders, including cannabis users, cannabis enthusiasts, business owners, and local communities. The report highlighted that many participants supported the idea of cannabis consumption lounges, believing they would provide a safe and regulated environment for cannabis users to consume cannabis in. Now, supporters of cannabis consumption lounges argue that these establishments could offer a social setting for cannabis users, very similar to bars or cafes. They also believe that these lounges could help reduce public cannabis consumption in areas where it's currently prohibited, leading to a cleaner and safer environment for everybody. But not everyone is in favor of cannabis consumption lounges, and this surprises me. Some concerns raised in the consultation process included the potential for increased cannabis use among young people, the possibility of secondhand smoke exposure, and the impact on nearby businesses and residential areas. So far, the British Columbia government has not made a final decision on whether to proceed with cannabis consumption lounges. They are likely considering the feedback from the consultation process and weighing the potential benefits against the concerns raised. So it would appear that as of today, the future of cannabis consumption lounges in British Columbia and the rest of Canada, well, it remains uncertain. The government is currently evaluating the results of their consultation report and public opinion. If approved, these lounges could provide a regulated space for cannabis users to socialize and engage with their compatriots and friends and colleagues with cannabis. But they will also face challenges and concerns related to public health and safety. Can we get around these challenges? Well, absolutely we can. Honestly, how different are these challenges from what the bar sector faces? Should cannabis users be treated with respect and dignity of having a designated spot to consume responsibly? Absolutely. And we should be ashamed that here we are 5 years later and we still have nothing in place to allow us to gather like drinkers do. It's deplorable, really. And just another example of how the Canadian municipal, provincial, and federal governments have missed the mark on what Canadian cannabis users are looking for. These regulators are more than willing to tax the living bejesus out of this product, this amazing plant in all of its forms, and they have no issues using cannabis as a cash cow and taking in millions upon millions of dollars in taxes. But for some reason, they have been unwilling to give us our own spaces to responsibly consume this plant. What are they afraid of? That we're going to gather and congregate and conspire? That we will talk among ourselves and realize that we have all gotten the short end of the stick on this legalization process here in Canada? Is that what they are worried about? Are they worried that we will share ideas and build better connections and better communities? Why is this something they would be afraid of? For now, I guess I'll stick to smoking my joints in parks and in public spaces and at home, where they would prefer that we stay. Unless, of course, we are purchasing cannabis from the legal market, then we are encouraged to get out there and buy. But please take that stuff home and use it at home, like I am right now. And there have been special events and festivals and expos and pop-up events, sampling nights and activation events. And for now, that's okay. And for the last while, that has been okay. But I'm sick of it just being okay, of just enough. And maybe I should say what the heck and open my own consumption lounge anyways. I think I would call it the High Canada Cafe. And I would ask for forgiveness instead of permission. Remember when we used to do that? It's a reason, it's part of the reason anyways, that cannabis is legal today. Unjust laws need to be broken for change to occur. Okay, that's it for me today. If you enjoyed this video, and like me, you're getting sick of being told where you can and cannot consume, and at the same time not being allowed to do anything about it, well, hit that like button, and please subscribe. It helps the channel more than you know. Okay, that's it for me right now. Peace out, and I'll see you later.